guys, happy Wednesday to everybody. So I totally wasn't planning on making a video today, so I have no makeup on. I didn't put anything in my hair. I'm just kind of a hot mess today. But I totally spaced the fact that I had my pre-op appointment yesterday, and I wanted to make that video today to make sure that I was telling you guys everything that happened at the appointment before I kind of forgot. So for those of you that are new to my channel and you haven't watched a lot of my older videos, I know I've gotten a lot of new subscribers recently. I am going to be having a mommy makeover on December 11th. So the procedures that I'm choosing to have, I'm having a tummy tuck, a full tummy tuck, so where they're going to be repairing my stomach muscles because those were spread way far apart and they never came back together. So I have a huge pooch because I can't hold my intestines in and they just kind of want to fall out. And then I'm also choosing to have a breast reduction, which sounds crazy to a lot of people, but I have been big chested ever since I was 14. And my boobs got even bigger after I had my daughter, and I'm done with the boobs. So I'm ready to go down to a nice small C cup, which is several cup sizes away from where I am right now. So I'm very excited about that. I know it's totally backwards to how most people do this. Most people get a breast augmentation, so they get bigger boobs, but that's not me. So along with that, I'm also going to be having some liposuction done around my bra line, as well as around my waist. My doctor includes that procedure to enhance the outcome of both procedures. So this is going to be about a 6-hour surgery. So it's pretty major surgery. I'm very nervous about it. And it's exactly 3 weeks away today. In fact, I should probably just be coming out of surgery right about now. Maybe I might actually still be in surgery because my surgery is scheduled to start at 7 in the morning. So, yeah, I'm nervous. Yesterday I had my pre-op appointment, like I said, and my husband has come with me to every single appointment that I've had regarding this. He's been very involved, he's very supportive, and, you know, I think he's as excited for my outcome as I am. You know, he hasn't pushed me to do this. This isn't like, I'm not doing this to make him happy. I'm doing this to make myself happy. And, you know, I definitely want people to know that, because I think that sometimes people think that individuals can get pressured into a surgery like this because they're supposed to look a certain way. I'm not looking to become a size 2. Before I had Stella, I was a solid size 10. I was in fairly good shape, and that's all I want to go back to. I definitely want to have smaller boobs, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would say that the breasts are more of like a vanity thing for me than anything else, because I just want to be able to wear the same types of clothing that most people can wear without looking like a slut. You know, I always have to buy things in a larger size to accommodate my giant boobs, and I'm just kind of over that. I've been doing that ever since I was 14, and I'm 35 now. I'm done with the boobs. So let me go ahead and tell you guys how the pre-op appointment went. So I have a folder here, and when we showed up, they gave me, and I'll actually pull them out here. They gave me these 2 giant packets to read through before I even went into my appointment, and they were the informed consent papers. There is one for the abdominoplasty as well as one for the breast reduction surgery. So basically everything in here was about all the things that could go wrong. So it talks about the general information of how they do the surgery. It talks about the risks. So risks like contour, skin contour irregularities, asymmetry, unsatisfactory result, healing issues, bleeding, infection, scarring, firmness, skin discoloration, swelling, skin sensitivity, major wound separation, sutures, delayed healing, damage to deeper sutures, fat necrosis, seroma, surgical anesthesia, shock, pain, cardio and pulmonary complications, deep vein thrombosis, allergic reactions, surgical wetting solutions, persistent swelling. It goes on and on. Death. Talks about death because, like I said, this is a major surgery, so that's always a risk. I'm aware of that. I obviously don't anticipate dying, or otherwise I wouldn't do this. I am in very good health. My doctor saw no reason to not do the surgery. I'm not at risk for any of these things necessarily, but, it's the cover your ass. I basically have to sign my life away. So, I had to go ahead and sign this paperwork saying that I understand that any number of these things could happen. It goes into like basically everything. I mean, they talk about like long-term results, breastfeeding. I'm done having children. I have one and I love her dearly, but I don't plan on having any more. So the reason that I actually have put off this surgery as long as I have is, in terms of the breast reduction, is I knew that I wanted to breastfeed Stella, and I was very successful in that. I did it for the entire first year of her life, and I'm so glad that I didn't have the surgery earlier because that was awesome bonding for me and her. It was the best nutrition she could have, and it just makes me feel like I achieved an awesome goal. I know that not everybody can breastfeed, and I've never judged anyone for using formula. You do what works for you, but for me, it was just so important to be able to breastfeed her, so that's why I have waited until after having her to be able to have this surgery. And then after seeing what she did to my stomach, I was like, yeah, we might as well let's just toss that in there, because there's no way for me to do any number of sit-ups to be able to fix the damage that has been done to my core muscles. They are about 4 or 5 inches apart. There's no way for them to come back together. No, I can't do sit-ups to bring them back together. Unfortunately, I had a poor kind of core to begin with, and having Stella just weakened that even further. So I also am prone to hernias. I actually had my first hernia repair surgery when I was, I think I was like 5. I think it was 4 or 5. So I need to have the muscles fixed, and then I might as well just have the extra skin taken away too. So anyway, but basically both of these for the abdominoplasty and the breast reduction, it was just, telling you all the things that could go wrong. So after I read through those, they called us in, and a nurse went over my history again, and, there was a couple of follow-up things that she needed to do in terms of making sure that my results from my mammogram, which I'm having in a couple of days, get sent over to their office directly, and also that they get some information from my endocrinologist. I have a pituitary tumor, and it's fine. It's not deadly. It's not dangerous. It's annoying, but I'm not having symptoms with it. But they just want to make sure that everything's okay, and it totally is. So I have no issues about that. They gave me some paperwork about the scopolamine patch. So this is one of the prescriptions that I have to fill. I'll go into the other prescriptions as well. So the scopolamine patch is, that is something, because I am prone to extreme motion sickness, that increases my risk for having an adverse reaction to the anesthesia. So the scopolamine is basically, it's a motion sickness patch. A lot of people will get this prescription if they're getting ready to go on a cruise. It's just this little patch that you put behind your ear. I need to put it there the evening before the surgery, and I wear it for 3 days after, and it decreases the likelihood of extreme nausea after I come out of anesthesia. So that is one of the things that I have to get, and it tells me how to apply it and all of that fun stuff. So I made sure that I got that patch because I do not want to be vomiting when I have just had stomach muscle repair done. That's not going to feel good. Also, so Nicole, one of my subscribers, just had this surgery about 12 days ago, and she's been fantastic about sending me updates about her recovery, how her recovery is going, and she's doing so well. And Nicole, I so appreciate you doing that because it's so encouraging. Going to this appointment yesterday was a little bit overwhelming because it's a lot of information coming at you, and people telling you all of the risks and all the things that could go wrong and how much pain you're going to be in. Potentially, that can be a little bit discouraging. I understand that they have to do that, but I felt a little bit overwhelmed, and I think Craig could kind of tell. Like, when the nurse left the room, he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I looked in the mirror, and I was like, white. Because I was like, oh my God, what am I doing to myself? It's gonna be fine. But, so one of the things that Nicole had mentioned to me is that she had to give herself shots for the first few days after the surgery. So one of the things that you are at risk at when you are recovering from a surgery, because you're not running around like your usual bubbly self, is blood clots. And those are obviously very dangerous. So she wrote a prescription for some, it's called Levinox. It's basically a heparin shot, and it's a blood thinner. So that is going to help with the blood clots. I'm also, my surgery fee includes a rental for this machine that squeezes your legs. I also have to wear special stockings to make sure that the blood is moving through my legs, and she wants me up and moving, after the surgery. She was like, "I'm not working on your legs. Your legs are going to be fine. You need to get your butt up, walk to the bathroom, at least once an hour, get up and walk and get a glass of water, go to the bathroom, walk around the living room, sit back down, rest, and then the next hour, get up and do it again." So I'm going to take that advice because the last thing that I want is a blood clot. Then she told me I would have to give myself these shots. I am not going to be giving myself a shot because I would just sit there for hours and stare at the needle and stare at my leg, and I wouldn't be able to do it. So Craig, sweet Craig, who is not very gentle. He's 6'7", nice guy, so nice, so sweet, but just not very gentle. So he's going to be the one giving me the shots. That almost makes me more nervous than me giving myself the shot. But they're going to show him how to do it at the hospital before I come home. So my hope is that he gets really good at this. I think I'm going to have to do this a couple of days after the surgery. So anyway, here is, here's, apparently it's a really thin needle, so I shouldn't feel it too terribly much. But anyway, there's a whole packet here about how to administer the shot, when to administer it, all of that fun jazz. So that was fun. I also received some information about this specific body wash that I have to go buy. It's called Cleanse, and I have to actually wash myself with this morning and night, starting 3 days before surgery takes place, and it kills not all of, but most of the bacteria on your body. So I have to use it specifically in the areas where the surgery is happening. So all around my breasts, around my stomach area, over the rest of my body if I can, but specifically those areas need to have focus on them. So anyway, you're supposed to basically do all of your regular showering, your shampoo, your conditioner, your body wash on the rest of your body, and then at that point you do the Cleanse, and then you turn the water off and you stand there and you basically rub that over you for 5 minutes. And then you rinse it off, then you get out. You have to use a clean towel every time you get out of the shower. I'm supposed to wash my sheets every single night. She's very concerned about infection and bacteria. So I'm actually also going to be on antibiotics before the surgery starts, and then also after. So anyway, I have to go pick that up. I'm going to pick this up at Walgreens. It's available there. So I'm going to come back with part 2, and we'll keep going with this.